The phenomenon of experienced Uber drivers quitting while newer, less experienced drivers remain can be understood through a combination of economic, psychological, and market factors. This situation reflects broader trends in the gig economy and highlights the challenges faced by those who rely on platforms like Uber for their livelihoods. Economic pressures. 1. Lower earnings. Over time, many experienced Uber drivers have noticed a decline in their earnings. This is due to a combination of reduced fare rates, increased commission taken by Uber, and a higher number of drivers competing for the same pool of passengers. Initially, driving for Uber might have been quite lucrative, but as the platform has grown, the average earnings per driver have decreased. This makes it difficult for those who rely on driving as their primary source of income to sustain themselves financially. 2. Increased costs. The costs associated with driving for Uber have risen. Fuel prices, vehicle maintenance, and insurance premiums have all increased. Experienced drivers, who typically log more miles on the road, face higher wear and tear on their vehicles, leading to more frequent repairs and higher maintenance costs. Additionally, insurance rates for rideshare drivers can be significantly higher than for regular drivers, further eating into their profits. Job stress and treatment. 3. Driver treatment. Many drivers feel that Uber does not treat them fairly or offer adequate support. This includes issues like app glitches that can disrupt their work, disputes with passengers that are not resolved in their favor, and a general lack of support from the company. Moreover, drivers are classified as independent contractors, which means they do not receive benefits like health insurance, paid time off, or retirement plans. This lack of benefits and security can make the job less appealing over time. 4. Job stress. Driving for Uber can be incredibly stressful. Long hours on the road dealing with traffic and handling difficult passengers are daily challenges. Uber's performance metrics, which drivers must meet to maintain their status and access certain incentives, add additional pressure. Over time, this stress can lead to burnout, particularly for experienced drivers who have been dealing with these challenges for an extended period. Market dynamics and opportunities. 5. Alternative opportunities. As the gig economy has evolved, many experienced drivers have found better opportunities elsewhere. This could include more stable jobs with benefits, opportunities to start their own businesses, or other gig economy jobs that might offer better pay or conditions. For instance, delivery services like Uber Eats or DoorDash might provide a more appealing alternative for some drivers. 6. Policy changes. Changes in regulations or Uber policies can also impact driver satisfaction. For example, new policies that reduce driver flexibility, such as mandatory rest periods or restrictions on working hours, can be frustrating for those who rely on the flexibility of the gig economy. Additionally, increased responsibilities, like having to maintain a higher rating or comply with new safety protocols, can add to the burden on drivers. 7. Market saturation. In many areas, the market for rideshare services is saturated with drivers. This means there are fewer rides available per driver, leading to longer wait times between rides and lower overall earnings. New drivers might not immediately realize this saturation or might be more willing to accept lower earnings due to their initial excitement or lack of experience in the industry. Psychological factors. 8. Experience versus expectations. New drivers often start with high expectations and enthusiasm, buoyed by Uber's marketing and the promise of flexible, high-paying work. Over time, as they gain experience and encounter the realities of the job, their enthusiasm may wane. However, many of the experienced drivers who leave have already gone through this cycle and decided that the job no longer meets their needs or expectations. Conclusion? In conclusion, the departure of experienced Uber drivers, while newer, less experienced drivers remain, can be attributed to a mix of declining earnings, rising costs, job stress, lack of benefits, market saturation, and the availability of better opportunities elsewhere. The gig economy promises flexibility and the potential for high earnings, but the reality often falls short, leading to high turnover rates among those who have experienced the downsides firsthand. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for Uber and similar platforms if they aim to retain experienced drivers and ensure the sustainability of their business models.